our program, and I say that with, obviously the guys sitting to my right and their teammates in the locker room, but also with all the guys who are back, not only the Final Four teams, but the other players. We had a lot of other former players that were back, and it just, I think, as I told these guys in the locker room, it exemplifies how special it is to be part of this program, how important playing for the front of the jersey is, and they got a chance to experience how special this place is tonight, and obviously we packed a lot in with the two teams back and Coach Ryan having the banner raised, and then how these guys played. I mean, I think I was most proud of the response when it was 65 all. That showed me the guts and the toughness that is starting to develop with this group, and I've always felt we could score, but we had to add some other things to our repertoire, and it's a good step in the right direction. So I'll turn it over to these guys.
Take questions for the players.
Yeah, questions for the players. Mark up front. Got a mic for Mark, please.
John, that was your 2 points off of the single game program record for points scored. But you also drew like 13 fouls. That was a huge part of your night. What was key to, getting so many fouls tonight and that part of your game?
Yeah, I just think being aggressive, our mindset and mentality coming to this game was just to bring it to them and not wait for them to hit us first. And I think it really just showed how many times I got fouled.
Michael?
John, you were one of the players that was in at the end of the game last year that was kept on going even as the game really went close. I guess what did you learn from that experience? And a year later, kind of what are you thinking about? I guess the last Arizona experience that you had.
I just kept playing hard at the end, no matter what we scored. But I think we used a lot of things that we did down that stretch at the end, like that opened up the game at the end for me. We used it today, as you can see, like the baseline rips, drawing fouls. So that's what we learned through the film, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Nick, go ahead and then in the back.
Yeah, for John and or Max, John Blackwell, a few weeks back, maybe a month or so at Big Ten Media Days, you guys both mentioned Jack Janicki was somebody to look out for. Just how was tonight like representative of that, and how can he continue to help push his team?
Well, I'll speak. He's my roommate, but yeah, he just plays the game the right way, and as you can see, he gets rewarded for it. Doesn't do anything special, just plays the game, plays hard, makes the right reads, and makes the open shots. So I'm proud of him. He had a great game, and I'm gonna tell him when I get back to the room.
Yeah, I guess just to build off that, the year he took last year, redshirt, he used it to the best of his ability and really took the weight room seriously and took, workout seriously on the floor. So I think it's just all kind of hard work paying off for him now. You love to see it. So.
Question in the back, fellas.
John Tonje, what you went through last year dealing with the injury, what did it do for your kind of hunger going into this season? And also, what was it about Wisconsin that made you think this was going to be the place for you?
Yeah, last year was huge. I never had time to just sit down and kind of reflect on my game and just what I wanted to be and where I can improve. I think it was great for me to just learn the game, take hours of film and self-reflection, just figuring out what I want to get better at and where I see myself going. And as far as Wisconsin, I feel like I want to be a part of a night like this. I think we have a great, amazing coaching staff. Obviously, I put in a great game plan tonight. And I just want to be a part of something special. Today we had, alumni come in, and we celebrated some of the guys from the Sweet 16 teams, and it was just Final Four, even better. But I just want to be a part of this brotherhood, and just have this lifelong brotherhood going. So.
You go one here, and then Jim, and then Ben.
For Max, you've been here 3 years. When you're able to score 103 points, in a game, do you kind of expect that, knowing, the program that you come from, knowing the style that you guys come from, when you guys were able to score this much, kind of, what does it tell you about this program against such a tough team?
I don't probably get the ball to John Tonje. He had 40, which was crazy. We were just all kind of talking about in the locker room, like, that's like, this is a night we'll never forget. Having a team like Arizona, who's a really good basketball, well-coached team coming in here and being able to have the Kohl Center full. It's everything you dream of as a kid. being an in-state kid's cool too, but I know like we all dream about playing in full arenas, with the top 10 team coming in, but I mean, I don't know if like 100 is what we can expect, but I think that this team has a lot of different options, a lot of different ways we can put the ball in the hoop at a high level, whether that's Steve in the paint, you know, or him finding guys on the perimeter, or, you know, John getting into the paint, making stuff happen. I think we're a pretty versatile team. We can score in a lot of different ways.
Let's go Jim and then Ben and then Michael for the final three questions.
John, as the court was being stormed, it looked like you were just kind of taking it all in. You maybe know that, I don't know if you were expecting it at all. Is that kind of how you were in that moment, just kind of taking it in?
Yeah, just taking a moment. You know, I had a great prayer for the game. I just wanted to soak in that moment. You know, I think, you know, just belief in God, just anything can happen. I mean, I was not expecting to have a night like this, but I guess, you know, when you have a belief in a man like that, then anything can happen. And I was also looking up at my fam and stuff like that. They were in the house, so it's great to have that moment and, you know, shake some of the guys' hands that were available and then, you know, get back to the locker room.
Ben, in the back, fellas.
Max, the amount of fouls in the first half, it really kind of took momentum, I think, out of the game for both sides, but it felt like you guys never really lost a step. What did you attribute that to, that you guys were able to kind of play a pace that you guys have been comfortable with?
Came to the mini huddle every time talking about we can't control it anymore. We can only control what we can control, and we can't determine when a ref's gonna call a foul or not. It's the next play. I remember late in the second half, every huddle we came to was next play, who cares? Like, it's the way they're calling it. And I mean, pulled everybody together and said the team that's gonna complain about, you know, all the fouling calling first is gonna lose. That's the team that's gonna kind of fade and give in. So I think just our ability to keep our head down, you know, not let outside noise, something we can't control, you know, infiltrate what we had going on. And I think that's a credit to everybody on the staff, on the team, and, you know, that doesn't just like creep into the five guys on the floor, you know. That's something we preach all the time, is control the controllables. You know, you can't predict what's a foul and what's not. We can only put ourselves in position and, you know, be successful. So I think it's just the mentality we kind of had, guarding and kind of, you know, going at them then the whole night with how it was getting called.
Final question for the fellas. Go ahead, Michael.
Max, I think it was tied for a period of last year's game too. I mean, when they tied it in the second half, what prevented this team from panicking?
I don't know. I think you got to credit to just our preparation. We prepare better than any other team in the country. You know, I think the values and the habits that we practice in the off season shine through at the most dull moments and the brightest moments. You know, like Coach said, when it was 65-65, there was no dwelling, there was no back and forth in the huddle, anything like that. It was, you know, move forward. It is what it is now, and all we got is the, you know, 16 whatever minutes to improve on it. I think that kind of shows our maturity as a team that we got this year. We're much older, maybe not much older, but we're older, it feels like, for sure. But you know, that's what you get when you just got a lot of like-minded guys who can come in and compete day in and day out. Doesn't really change when you got to go out there and perform on the court.
Thanks, fellas.